Nicole Navarrete. It's a kindergarten lesson on segmentation and blending. We have a fun day planned. Our day today, we're going to be using sound boxes today to help us count the segments of words. And when we're segmenting a word, we're breaking it apart. So we are going to break apart words today and count how many sounds that we hear. I know previously we listened to the first sounds or the last sounds, but now we're going to listen to all the sounds. So all the sounds in the beginning, all of the sounds in the middle, and all of the sounds at the end. So the first, I'm going to draw you guys a little picture and see if you can figure it out. What does that look like? A red crayon. So let's look at red. What sounds do we hear when I say ra, e, d? Ra, e, d. How many sounds do we see or hear? 1, 2, 3. Yes, right. I needed 3 boxes or 3 X's for the word red. Let's look at another word. Let's see if we can break that apart. Let's look at the word at. At. How many X's did I need for the word at? I needed 1, 2. Correct. Let's look at a few more words. All right, let's look at a few more words. So the next word we're going to look at is it. It. How many sounds do we hear when we say the word it? How many sounds do we hear? 1, 2. We heard 2 sounds. So how many X's do we need? 1, 2. Let's look at another word. Let's look at the word pop. Pop. P-a-p. How many X's did I need for the word p-a-p? Pop. I needed 1, 2, 3. So how many X's did I put on my whiteboard? 1, 2, 3. Correct, because we heard 3 sounds. So in our small groups today, this is how we're going to be doing it as we work at the table with myself. So you will be working with me. This is what we're going to be working on. We're going to read a little story that kind of goes along with counting the letters in a word and counting the sounds. And then the rest of you will be working in your stations, in your groups. So go ahead and break into your groups and we'll get started on working in our stations. And the rest of you come and sit down and we're going to read a story. And the name of our story is Counting Letters. And counting letters, it says a nice big word. It says counting letters is Just by listening to the sounds, what do you think that word could be? Is it a word that you may have heard before? Right. If you put all those sounds together, you get fun. So it says counting letters is fun. Counting letters. It says smart. Smart. And who was this written by? It was written by Elizabeth. I can't see her last name, but her name was Elizabeth. And so the first page on there says one letter. And what does one letter look like? Just one letter. And what letter do they have on this page of the story? I. Can I is a word and a letter. Let's move on. to the next page. It says 2 letters. Let's count. 1, 2. And what 2 letters do we have here? We have A, M. So we go am. We hear 2 letters when we say the word am. On the next, let's turn the page. It says 3 letters. What 3 letters do we see? Uh, mm, uh, mm. This word looks familiar. I think we've seen this word before. We saw it in the beginning. How do we say this? Mm. Fun. Yes, it looks fun. What is she having fun doing? Looks like she's bowling. Let's go to the next page. 4 letters. K, I, d, kind. Kind. How many letters do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I was working with my partner, how many X's would I need for the sounds in kind? I would need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 5 letters. Smart. Smart. Smart has 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters. Polite. Polite. What is polite? To be nice, to use your manners, right? Polite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Polite has 6 letters. Let's go on. Helpful. Helpful. Polite had 6 and helpful has 7. Helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 letters. Helpful. And we have one more page. It says, I am fun, kind, smart, polite, and helpful. 7 great words. All right, so now I want you guys to pair up into your pairs. Now I am going to say some sounds, and you and your partner are going to agree on how many X's you need for the sounds that I am telling you. All right, so the first word I am going to give you and your partner is p, e, t, e, t. How many sounds did you and your partner agree on? How many X's did you and your partner make on your whiteboard for the word p, e, t, p, e, t, pet? How many X's do you guys have? 3? Good. You? It's 3. Nice. 3? Oh, that was awesome. Good work, guys. Let's do another one. So erase your boards. And let's go with the word mom. M, a, m, m, a, m, mom. How many X's do you and your partner have on your whiteboard? 1, 2, 3. Good job. Everybody have that? Put your finger on your nose if you had 3. Nice work. What about is? Is. if I have the word is, how many X's am I going to need to represent the sounds that I hear in is, is, is? How many sounds do you hear? 1, 2. How many? You had 3? Let's listen again. Let's say it together. Is. How many fingers do you have? 2. How many fingers does your partner have? 2. Let's listen. How many sounds do we hear? Is. Is. So is has 2 sounds. Okay. So let's go on. I'm going to give you guys a word that some of you may have heard before and some of you may not have heard before. And if you've heard it before, you can help us out. So if I give you the sounds p, e, z, p, e, z, and pez is p, e, z. Who's heard this word before? Can you tell us what pez means to you? Fish. That is correct. P, e, z. So how many sounds do we hear in that word still? 1, 2, 3. And pez is fish in Spanish. Right. So let's go on to our tag students. I have a word list of words that are varied upon complexity. So if I had a group of high-performing students, I would be able to extend their learning by using more complex words that have more sounds. For my special education students that have some physical disabilities, they may be able to use wider markers, larger whiteboards, or allow alternative seating so they could be more comfortable during the lesson depending on their needs.